Jeremy Rosenthal joining us from TexasDefenseFirm.com. Jeremy, on Friday, the Trump case in New York, not necessarily thrown out. It was just, I guess, I'm not sure what the official term is, but passed on with no actual sentence. But he's left branded as a felon.
He is done. So in New York State, they have a thing that is called an unconditional discharge. We don't have this in Texas. This is a New York thing. What it is the judge basically declares you a felon and you're done. There's no sentence. There's no prison. There's no probation. There's no peeing in a cup. You're done. But the case can still be appealed. So the case is not entirely through, but for the most part, it's through.
So what does it mean? The unconditional discharge, it sounds like it just was a big waste of time then.
I thought we were talking about court this morning, right? Court's always meaningful and always wonderful, right? Look, this is a great lesson in our judicial system. And stay with me for a second on this, because if you think about it, sometimes a great result is something that everybody hates, right? Donald Trump hates this. I know a lot of conservatives that I've spoken to really don't like this. They're angry. Talk to the liberals, talk to the progressives. They thought they had this man dead to rights. They thought they had him on 4 felonies. They thought he would be in prison. Nobody's happy with this. So maybe this all worked.
So it kind of goes away at this point. Is it safe to say it's just gone?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, so Donald Trump has the ability to appeal this, but this appeal is going to be a really slow burn. Go to the New York courts of appeal, and maybe he gets relief, and maybe you read about it in 2027. It may make its way back to the Supreme Court. It probably will, but you're talking 2026, 2027. This is going to be, there's nothing immediate here. There's nothing, oh my gosh, we got to stop TikTok from getting sold. There's none of that going on with this at this point. We're fighting over a label.
So was this strictly political? In other words, had the other side won, would we just be pushing forward with this and it would just be all guns a-blazing? Or did they read the room and say, you know what, I don't think people care and we've got a country to run?
I think that's what Judge Merchan basically said to him is look, I'm doing this for the office, right? And Judge Merchan wrote an 18-page opinion, a brief, which you don't see from judges at his level, but he did it ahead of time saying, I'm not going to put you in jail. I'm not going to put you in jail. By the way, I'm not going to put you in jail. And there's proof I'm not going to put you in jail. You appear via Zoom, which if that's happening to my clients, I'm like, guys, we're not going to jail. He can't put you in jail over Zoom. So that really got all the other appellate courts to kind of back off this, to say, hey, this is not a big deal. To your point, we're done here. We're just gonna kind of wrap this up in a way where we can all save face.
You know, what bothers me about this whole thing is that this was brought against Trump, that they actually even said that this would never have been brought against anybody else, and that they up into 34 different counts to make sure they got at least one conviction. I mean, the whole thing just seemed like it was obviously political in nature.
If you were to, okay, so taking the devil's advocate side, if you were to talk to Alvin Bragg, if you were to talk to their team, they would say that this is public integrity. Correct. You are correct. Statistically, this is a very rare prosecution. You just don't see very many things like this. Michael Cohen got prosecuted for it, but he obviously got prosecuted for this because he's a co-defendant and he's the path to Trump, right? So, but you are correct. And I believe the statistics that I've seen in New York State for this particular offense hash that out. It's rare.
All right. Always informative. Thank you so much for joining us live on WBAP this morning. Attorney Jeremy Rosenthal with TexasDefenseFirm.com. Have a great day.
You too.